Hello again, and welcome to Tuck Your Shirt In, the podcast that rummages through the school corridors of chaos and comes back with the best and worst stories they've tried to cover up.
We've got tales from students, teachers, and the occasional mysterious note found in a blazer pocket. Nothing's off limits.
You're listening to Tuck Your Shirt In with me, John Hassan, my brother Luke Hassan, and our producer Scott Burrows. Sorry, Ron's just jumped on the laptop.
Great segue for the week.
Literally, I couldn't read it.
We'll just go again.
Hello again, and welcome to Tuck Your Shirt In, the podcast that rummages through the school corridors of chaos and comes back with the best and worst stories they've tried to cover up.
We've got tales from students, teachers, and the occasional mysterious note found in a blazer pocket. Nothing's off limits.
You're listening to Tuck Your Shirt In with me, John Hassan, my brother Luke Hassan, and our producer Scott Burrows, who still thinks he's got a shot at head boy. Let's get stuck in.
I didn't even go for head boy. You were head boy.
You were the only, would you? You wouldn't know it.
You were the only person who went for head boy.
No, there were 4 people. I won.
It was a popularity contest.
I only went for it because one of my best friends at the time was also going for it because I didn't want him to win because that's sort of,
that does sound like
rivalry we had.
Yeah, I think I was going to say this is creating a real character of yourself, John, on this podcast.
Yeah, no, I realise when I say things actually that how bad it sounds out loud. Yeah,
it doesn't put you in a good light. I walked past your mom the other day in the car. She was driving past and she wound the window down. She was like, "Hiya, loving the podcast." And I was like, "Thanks." And then I was like, "Are you finding some things out about John?" And she went, "He's just horrible, isn't he?" I was like, finally, she's on our side.
Did you? She left a comment on Spotify saying, "How are you still friends?
Honestly,
how are you still best friends?"
Yeah. Honestly,
it was like that at the wedding when Scott was doing his speech. I mentioned it before, but she was just literally looking at me, giving me the looks the whole way through. I can't believe he's done this. Not my John.
I was talking to my dad the other day, and I was saying that when you do my best man speech, it's literally just going to be like, it's going to show you in such a bad light. Everyone's just going to be like, "Oh God, that," or you'll just change everything to sound like it was me when it was actually you.
I think he's going to change it all to sound like
probably will.
It was you.
Yeah,
Scott's been making it up. That he's a bad person. It's all been Scott.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to be really dead serious and really nice. I think Scott will just be on the edge of his seat waiting for the...
waiting for the moment.
Yeah, right at the end. Yeah, that'll be it.
Sorry, while you were doing that, I was pulling loads of skin off my feet. It's like...
Oh,
that's not your feet.
That is no... Like, you are the most disgusting person.
For the audio listeners out there, I just pulled what it looks like almost a sheet of toilet paper off.
It genuinely looks like a snake skin. That is horrible.
God. Yeah. It just started peeling.
Oh, it reminds me of, remember on Malcolm in the Middle when Reese peeled his whole body? He had like a whole extra skin left over. Yeah, reminded me of that.
Oh, disgusting! Absolutely disgusting. I feel like every week on this podcast, all we do is find out how much more disgusting Luke is every episode. That's all. All that seems to happen.
I realise.
No, look, because you think it's normal. That's the strange. You say these things, and you're just like, hey, as you do, and it's like, no, that's not normal, Luke.
Fair,
what a start to the podcast.
That is a first for me.
What's that shirt you've got on? It's very colourful.
I think it's like a Birmingham City. It's some sort
of a retro shirt.
Retro shirt, or it's like a concept retro shirt. It's got Triton showers on it. Are they still? I don't know if they're still a company, but
I think my shower is literally a Triton.
The old sponsor. Oh, is it? I mean, what a company to sponsor a football team. It makes sense actually. Now I've said it out loud. Get in the shower after football.
Get in the shower after football.
Yeah,
man.
Ice bath maybe. Do they do baths as well, or just showers?
Triton ice baths.
Triton ice baths.
It's the only shower I've seen advertised on a football kit.
I thought you were about to do an advert for it then, the way you came out with that. It's the only shower I've seen.
And it's the
Fosters as well.
Anything else we can put in?
Just so you know, it's a Monday night, everyone, that we are recording this. Lucas had a very tough day at work.
I've got some tap water as well from Severn Trent.
Oh,
so
lovely.
There we go. Get all the sponsors in. We're not sponsored by any of these. I hope we get sponsored by Triton Showers. That would be a pretty big deal.
You keep saying Triton, and I'm not 100% sure it's not just Triton, but I don't know.
It's definitely Triton.
What are you saying?
You see, you're adding like
Triton.
The two words. Yeah.
Triton Showers.
Triton. What are you
the only
saying?
shower for you.
Triton.
It's because we're
Triton.
Birmingham.
It's because I'm a bit.
I mean, I might be wrong. To be fair, I would have assumed it was pronounced.
I'm a bit posher than you two, so that makes sense.
That's true. Yeah,
there is that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm in a new setting today as well. The office is directly above my child's room, so it's not going. That's just not going to go well.
Are you in the West Wing?
I think I'm in the West. Yeah, in the West Wing.
You're in the West Wing of the house. They're in the guest bedroom. Ooh.
Yeah, very cozy. On a bed.
Very snazzy.
Oh yeah, I am comfy and current. So John, you've definitely had loads of gigs this week. I didn't even realise you had so many.
Yeah, they've been,
what's going on?
They've been ramping up. Well, I got a last minute one last week in Nottingham on Tuesday.
Oh, John, I've got to say before you start, I haven't even listened to forgot to listen to all the WhatsApp messages you sent.
Yeah.
How have you not listened to the WhatsApp messages he sent?
I completely forgot because we've chatted since then, so I forgot they were there.
Yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but
you need to go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
It was, to be fair, it wasn't the worst gig ever. It was just maybe not my crowd, and it was a bit of an unusual setup, but it was in quite an affluent area in Nottingham, and it was quite an old crowd that weren't happy with some of my jokes. But
what would you say the average age was?
I reckon like 70. I reckon.
Ooh, that is
really.
I feel like that's really old for a comedy crowd.
I think because England were playing as well. That was sort of also on in a different room, obviously in the venue. So it was
the youths in there.
The younger people were probably watching that. But it was quite funny. The comedy started and the MC came out, and there was a guy sat at the back, literally not even looking at it, and it was just like he was reading like a newspaper and like smashing a beer down. And the MC
reading a newspaper.
Yeah.
So old school.
I know. It was always I say they're an old crowd. The MC was literally on for about 2 minutes. He'd just come on. You know what they do? They just sort of talk to everyone in the crowd. Is what they do. Get to know the room and try and warm them up. And he stood up and just went, "Oh, it's fucking bollocks! It's one of the worst things I've ever seen." He wasn't even paying attention to it.
What?
He said it to like me and this other comedian, and we were both just looking at each other like, "What is going on?" He just stormed out. It was just, "Oh, it's bloody load of bollocks, honey. It's bloody load of bollocks." Okay.
What was he referring to being a load of bollocks? What he's read in the paper?
We weren't really sure. Yeah. But
it could have been the news. To be fair,
could have been the news. Maybe
could have been.
Yeah.
And then
did you have 3 this week?
I had two last week. I've got 3 this week.
Oh,
I had another one in Banbury, which was really nice actually. It was just a new act night, but it was packed. There was like probably about 30-ish people in the room.
Oh, great!
Quite a small room. And yeah, it's a friendly crowd. They're quite quiet. The sort of crowd that like smile a bit more than laugh, but they were friendly. Yeah, that went quite well. Not just at me. That made it sound like they weren't laughing at me, but that was a good one. And then I got 3 this week, so I'll be busy. Need to.
What are you doing this week?
Where are you?
Yeah, give us a quick rundown.
So I'm in Stoke. Well, I guess this podcast comes out Wednesday, so I'm in Stoke Tuesday, Wednesday.
Where are you playing?
The Old House at Home in Harts Hill. It's a comedy and curry night.
Oh, wicked. Ooh. That sounds well good.
Yeah. Then Trentham Park Golf Club on Wednesday, I think.
Trentham Park Golf Club?
Trentham Park
in Stoke?
As in as in Trenton Park Gardens, as in like the
as in those.
the monkey place.
I don't know if it's the golf club there as well.
I think it might be close by, mightn't it?
I have no idea where it is, to be honest.
Are you do a Google?
I'm there. Trenton Park Golf Club.
Well, that sounds well good.
And then Solihull on Friday. That's Troy's gig. It's the first time he's put it on, so we'll see how. He's got a good lineup. We'll see how it goes. I think.
I've been to Trenton Park Golf Club. It's really nice. I've been there. It is a very nice golf club.
One.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be a good gig.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'll be fun.
Everyone go watch John.
Go watch John. Really nice place.
Friday's the. Well, we've been trying to get him on the pod. We just can't arrange. We can't arrange dates to get him on, but he will be on soon, hopefully. Mr. Troy, Mr. Troy Stevens. He's done a couple of. Hasn't he?
He's had a couple of goes at it. Yeah, he's done the Holly Bush, and he's done. I did one with him. It was another open mic night, but that was a bit of a disastrous night.
Oh yeah, you've done that one, haven't you? Yeah.
I think I've spoken about that before, but
he hosts a few things, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's going to host it on Friday. I think he's going to sort of MC. So
he's a good host.
Yeah, that's his sort of forte, isn't it? So he'll be.
Where is it?
The Taste Collective. It's a little bit like Herbert's Yard, I think.
It's like a food. It's like a food court, isn't it?
Yeah. Like with like street food and
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I've
heard a few people mention that.
They're doing that stock exchange beer thing. I'd not heard of it before. He was telling me. Have you heard about that?
No. Is that where you have like beer prices and it goes up? We did go to somewhere on. We went to somewhere on the stag do to Latvia, where there was very similar. It was very, very cool. Like the prices for stuff went up and down.
So less popular stuff. Yeah, like the prices.
It all gets drank.
So
like
fun.
Some of the stuff like just doesn't.
Yeah,
some of the stuff that was like really expensive when we got in there. Like we didn't order and we bought like the really low stuff and it was absolutely delicious. And then it like swapped, and there was like they have like stock market crashes. So all of the prices of all the drinks like fall, and everyone like just rushes to the bar sort of thing. Some of the drinks were absolutely fantastic, and others were horrendous. Like really struggled to like. Do you know when you're sipping at something and you're just not enjoying it? It was like that. But I imagine doing it with beer a lot easier than doing it with cocktails.
Yeah. Was it all vodka? Yeah. All vodka in Latvia. I imagine it was.
Surprisingly not. There was a lot of vodka, but I'd say there was a lot of gin. A lot of gin on
Gin's
menus.
well popular everywhere now. I know it was, but like now it really is in like all cocktails and stuff. I'm not. Yeah. Gin's all right. I
quite like gin.
Yeah, it's grown on me over the years.
Yeah,
I think I can never erase the. Sometimes I can never erase the taste of the Snobs gin. You know, from the old Snobs in Birmingham.
It's like 150 for a
150. Whenever I think of gin, that's the first thing I can taste in my mouth, and it really does taste like it's got the same scent as like Mr. Muscle, like spray anti-bac stuff, or like Flash wipes.
Yeah,
that's all I can taste in the back of my throat.
Really delicious. Yeah.
Oh man, that is
just what you want to be putting.
I think just keep
throwing
like,
down
bad things, but still buy loads of it.
They're like those spirits that you have on those sort of. I know we spoke about those 18 to 30s holidays the last few times.
It's horrendous.
They're cleaning the bar with it the next day.
Oh yeah,
and then you're like drinking it at night. You're like,
how many times has a spirit been filtered? Once. Maybe not. Just straight out of the bucket. I had a weekend trying out the pizza oven. Got a little wood-fired pizza oven.
How did it go?
Class. Well, I was a bit apprehensive about doing it. My previous experience with pizza ovens was absolutely horrible. So I was a bit nervous about doing it. Got it all out. Got it going. Actually pretty good. So far, so good. And then I don't know what happened, but I started to have a complete breakdown. I was tanking a few beers, just sitting outside poking at this fire.
Did you do this tonight? I'm very confused.
No. It was a Saturday, and I was just enjoying it. Had some tunes on, had like Limp Bizkit going. I was just sitting outside, and I was like, there's a lot of smoke actually from the wood was like a little wood burning one. I was just like tanking loads of beers, and it was like 20 something degrees, just stinking on me. And I think maybe I just had too many beers. And then I just started having an absolute meltdown, and I was like, right, can we put the pizzas on yet, Luke? Is it all right? I was like, you don't understand. There's too many pizzas. It's not going to go well. You need to bring the energy. You need to bring the energy down. You're talking to me. It's up here. You need to be here. If I'm going to operate this pizza, it needs to be lower energy right now. I just completely lost it, and everyone was just sort of staring at me.
Did you make your own dough?
Kath made the dough. Kath had done most of the hard work, to be honest.
What hydration did she go through? Did she go for?
I have no idea. Kath did
all the hard questions.
Work. I was just trying to get the pizza oven cooking, and I couldn't even do that without having a meltdown. So I put the kids' pizza in first. After the first couple of minutes, turned it around.
Did the kids enjoy Limp Bizkit?
It doesn't matter.
They were just rolling around the air.
They were doing their own thing. I wanted Limp Bizkit on. But actually, it was fine. It was all fine. Got the first kids' pizza out. Went to sort of tip it straight out. Managed to crush it in. Sort of folded a bit of the cheese. Got on the stone and got stuck trying to get it. And I was like,
getting cheese on the stone. If you spill anything on the stone, game over.
I went, right, it's over. Just stop. Put the oven on. Just get a takeaway. I've had enough. We've had enough. And I was just calm down, man. Eventually calmed down, and it was actually really good, and it was really great, and it tasted amazing. But yeah, there we go. So I'm ready to do another pizza night now. So
I feel your pain.
Pizza night now.
I got one last summer, and it was very similar. Well? Yeah, it's a very similar situation. We had my mum and dad over for a night, and it was just, it was stressful. Getting the pizzas in, getting them out. And obviously you've only got one pizza coming out at a time, and you're just not stopping. Got to keep the heat up, so you got to keep putting wood on, and it's just,
it is just pressure. It's pressure.
It's big pressure. It's like when you've got a barbecue, though. You don't want to burn it, but you need everything to be cooked.
No.
You don't want to be serving raw chicken. No one wants that.
No. But yeah, and once you did it once, now I can do it again now. That's fine. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. They tasted so good after. I was like, it's well worth it.
Genuinely, it's once you master it and you get a few good ones coming out, it's incredible. It's like pancakes. The first one's a write-off. You've just got to get through the first.
Very true.
And then just enjoy it from there. And then your last one can sometimes be a bit dodgy if you've got too much heat going on or not enough heat there. But, well done.
The last pancake of the bunch when it's super thick.
It's super thick. It's like or the clumped flour at the bottom.
Right.
Anything going on, Scott?
I went to M&S the other day.
You want that to just be the story? I bought a shirt, came home.
Went to M&S the other day. You're asking for my week? Cut that bit. I was going to say, but when did M&S become cool?
Okay,
definitely.
Because when I was a kid, I used to think that M&S was really lame, and I didn't used to enjoy it. And I feel like ever since I've hit 30, it's just become the best shop in the world, and I love it. Nice. And I feel like no one talks about this enough. The M&S age, you hit 30 and you just want to be there all the time. I want to go to the food shop and everything.
The food shop is good.
It's so good.
I think this is the second time Scott's done a massive plug for something from M&S, and I'm really starting to get suspicious now about it.
I've just bought huge amounts of shares in M&S for our 3 listeners to go and enjoy. But go and indulge yourself in the new white chocolate chip cookies.
What's the best food? I think last time you mentioned those custard creams, the chocolate
custard creams. Yeah, I did. I have spoken about custard creams.
He's trying to be organic influencers.
I really like the white chocolate rounds and the milk chocolate rounds at the moment as well. They are spectacular.
I actually went to M&S today and got a belt. So.
And it's the best belt I've ever bought. It's
an incredible belt, high quality. It's going to last him years, that
It's
is.
not just any belt.
It's an M&S belt.
It's an M&S belt.
I miss them adverts when they used to do
They're
that.
incredible.
They do them, don't they?
They still do
them.
them.
They do them at Christmas with Dawn French.
I was sort of like, they
not
were sort of
M&S
ahead of
food.
the ASMR game, weren't they? With that, the sort of quiet whispering. Yeah.
With like some really nice like visuals of like sticky toffee pudding having the sauce over the top.
I think they've.
Sorry, lads, just need a break. Just going to go get some food.
Go get some delicious food.
They try and like one up it every year though with the stuff, and it becomes like nothing of what the food would previously resembled. It's like, right, let's take your sticky toffee for instance. Right, we've got sticky toffee covered in cardamom, slathered in marmalade with a
sounds
wrapped in like
horrible.
a ham hock, and you're like, this isn't what I just want the regular one. Just make a nice
give me the
version
normal
of it.
stuff. Just give me the
I
good
just
stuff.
like plain stuff, to be fair.
So when they started stuffing so many birds within birds, and you ended up with
it
about
just
a
keeps
5-bird
going.
roast.
Yeah. So just like, what is this? I just want something that's pretty basic. This is too far the other way. This is a different dish. Right.
Sorry, Scott. That was was that the end of the M&S story?
I just want.
It's cool.
I just wanted to put it out there that M&S is cool now. I've hit that age where M&S is cool. I thought maybe some listeners would agree with me. Others might not. But
no, it is. It's just they used to sell just like tights, didn't they?
I used to
Like
hate. I used to hate it. It was just an old person shop. Like my mum and dad used to go in at Christmas, and I'd be like, "This is terrible." And now I love it. I'm wondering whether the kids of today wouldn't go to M&S and still think it's an old man shop, and just because we've got older.
Probably
I think younger people do it. You get 20-year-olds in there.
We're going to put a poll on, and you guys are going to let us know. Okay.
Scott's been heavily using the phrase "kids of today," and I think that implies that he's definitely got older, and that might be why he's enjoying M&S.
The kids of today. You stay off my lawn.
I think M&S is like it's sort of absorbed.
I can't believe we're still talking about M&S.
I know, there's so much to do.
I feel strong.
It's sort of absorbed what Debenhams felt like in a way, like the gift.
Whoa, no, Debenhams was a terrible store. No,
I think it had a bit of a bit of everything,
like a department store.
I get the bit of everything.
A little bit departmenty story, hasn't it? Like the home stuff. It's sort of like as one thing's dropped off, M&S is like, we'll do that now.
But I feel like M&S do it in like a really classy way, whereas Debenhams just felt a bit cheap.
Luke was always a big fan of BHS. That was his one.
Oh, British Home Stores
as well. Actually,
it is very BHS.
It's a classy BHS, isn't it? I think that's what it's become.
If there's anyone young listening to this week, they could be like, "What the fuck?"
I know, no, but I think that's right because BHS did do sort of like they did try and do like trendy stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think it has like become the new BHS. Oh my god, is that what people? Do you think people used to think BHS was cool, and now that's us thinking that M&S is cool? It is, isn't it? Oh no.
We're just at that age where
the clothes are comfortable.
The transition from young. That is the main thing. I don't look for cool. I look for comfort. That is the main thing.
Yeah, and they're the words of a young man.
And they are the words of a young man. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm happy.
Right. Anyway, we'll move on to this podcast called "Tuck Your Shirt In" about school stories. Not M&S.
Are we not just doing the M&S podcast today? Sorry.
No, yeah. We do need to be sponsored by M&S. Right, we're going to move on to talk about some of our school days, and I think our listener and friend Lee Rob got onto something good last week with recommending us some teacher stories. So I thought we'll do a bit of a part 2 with another teacher called Mr. Michaels.
Sean Michaels, HBK.
Mr. Michaels.
It's not Sean Michaels.
It's not Sean Michaels.
This is going to be a bit scatty again because I've just sort of written down random things that I remember, so it could be in any order.
But we are discussing like a whole career, career of this man.
I might chip in parts, but
there's some dark stuff he's done as well in the.
There's some different. There's going to be some dark parts in this episode. So
yeah, he anyway. This was a PE teacher. One of those PE teachers that was a failed athlete, unfortunately for him. I don't know. Did you ever get to see his videos?
Oh, I saw it multiple
assembly.
times. His high jump.
His pole vault, wasn't it?
Pole vault?
Yeah, pole vault.
Pole vault.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, he wasn't, most of the time he was okay. But there were certain days when he wasn't. And that's because he...
like Luke, he enjoys a drink.
he enjoyed quite a few drinks. He'd quite often tell us that he'd have a bottle or two of red wine most evenings. And that meant that Scott and I, who were doing GCSE PE, would see him
and
4
A-level.
times a week. And A-level.
An A-level PE.
He'd turn up and you'd get either, I don't know, possibly a still slightly drunk, jovial Mr. Michaels.
Mr. Michaels.
I've nearly said his name there. Or you'd get massive hangover Mr. Michaels, in which case he'd have told us the last lesson we were meant to be doing something, and then he'd just turn up, head in his hands, like not looking up.
Jesus.
And just go, oh yeah, we're going to do that today, sir. Oh no, just do some mind maps.
Do a mind map.
What?
Get a mind map on
just
do whatever we learned last week. So it's like
someone go and get some paper. Someone go and get those big sheets
and a textbook
word in the middle of a cloud. Yeah, get a textbook and start.
And then just make some notes off that cloud and just really make it your own. It's almost like revision. That's how that was the line he used to go down, and it just used to
revise if you've never learned anything.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's the start of the year when we've not learned anything. Yeah,
that is, and I will say that is a teacher's go-to if they can't be asked in a lesson. I've done that before, and to be fair, I used to say that was like your main task, and then there'd be more on the board, and I'd only ever really use it with like year 10 and 11, and I'd have like exam questions and extra bits to do just so that they'd actually learn something or try and do something. But
yours was after white wine though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mum. Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
That or
different
vodka.
type of hangover, isn't it? Yeah.
Different type.
But
it's a functional hangover, and like the red where it's just heavy and you can't focus after that.
And the gout as well.
Yeah, the gout. The gout's an issue.
Well, Scott actually did have gout, though. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yeah. Still suffer. Yeah.
Sorry,
my toe's actually quite sore today. Actually.
You need to stop that red wine then.
It's not even that. It's
the venison.
It's all the game. It's
all the
rich. M&S gives you gout.
It's so good, but it gives me so much gout. Oh my god! The M&S is killing him. I can't stop. I've got nothing left. Ian Beale. The foot's gone. The leg's gone. I've got nothing left. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
That's all right. I sort of forgot what we were even talking. Oh yeah, so we were talking about mind maps, weren't we? And then I'll just skirt over that. So I don't know if you've still got any of them photos, Scott. There was one lesson when we did mind maps, and there was just a room full of hats. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know where the hats are from.
There's a room full of hats that
sounds like I'm making it up.
Think we were in a
classroom full of hats.
We were in an English lesson.
Oh yeah, it was an English classroom. Yeah,
an English classroom, and there were just loads of hats.
So we were just trying on hats, taking photos all lesson.
So we just tried on every hat. Sorry, I've just choked after laughing about M&S, and I can't function right now. Oh god, that was funny though.
I'll move on to another topic, but anyway, our football team. I say football team because we played probably a handful of games in the whole 6 years. We were at the school. Do you remember how many games we played, Scott? There weren't many, were there?
We didn't play many. I'd say it was probably around 10.
That's good going, to be fair, because we played 2.
Yeah. We had
2 games.
some questionable matches where we had teachers play us in completely the wrong positions. Like people who played like centre half on a Saturday were playing up front for the school because the teacher thought they'd make a good striker. Or we had, people who played on the wing playing centre half. Like I played in goal, and I'm terrible in goal. But yeah, it wasn't great. But it wasn't great.
But the worst thing we had was, I know you said we might talk about, we did a couple of football trips, one to Spain and one to Italy. But I know for a fact on the Italy one, they asked him what rating he'd give us out of up to 5 stars. Bearing in mind,
just for some clarity, like a 1-star team is like what is actually like a semi-decent team. But like a 5-star team is like, you are an academy side. You are like AC Milan, Barcelona academy. So he put us as a 5-star team.
Yeah, he put us as a 5-star team.
We have never been.
Yeah, we'd never even played together. Like, because we didn't play any matches. Because it was a mix of like, it was when we were in 6th form, wasn't it?
Was it whoever was going on the trip?
Yeah, I think Spain. We were in Spain. We were year
11 in Spain.
Year 11, and then Italy. We were year 12.
So we were literally playing like adults.
Well, as you say,
we turned up to the first match, and we were like, oh, this place looks awesome. Like the facilities are amazing, and it was huge, wasn't it? There were so many pitches, and it was. We turned up, and we came through the gates, and it just said like it had the AC Milan logo on the gates, and we were like, what is going on? We were like, no, surely we've just, it just looks really similar. We were in Milan, it just looks similar. And then we got there, and they're like get off the bus. He's like, oh yeah, we're playing AC Milan Academy today. And we were like, what? Like, these kids are going to be ridiculous. And they were incredible. I think what was the score of that game, John? I think we lost.
Can't remember. I think it was double figures. I think they got double figures. I don't know what.
That game we didn't lose that badly. No, I think we only lost like 5-1 or 6-1 or something.
Respectable.
And the only reason we lost that by that is because the pit, like you wouldn't play.
It was waterlogged, weren't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't play if it was like a normal game on a Saturday. It would have been called off. But because we were a touring team, they were just like, yeah, screw it, let's play. Like the goal mouth, I couldn't go in the 6-yard box. I was playing in goal. I couldn't step into the 6-yard box without like being halfway up my shins in water. There was that much water in the goal mouth. It was horrible. So like there was one where we gave away a penalty, and I had to I was literally stood in water, like my boots were sinking into the mud in the goal mouth whilst I was like stood there waiting for this kid to take the penalty. Soaked, got absolutely drenched. And I think someone scored an absolute screamer, didn't they, as well, in that game? From like 40 yards out from our team, which was our only goal. I think our only shot on goal as well. It was carnage.
I'm thinking that, like, to get to this position in time, he must have had to like write like a biography about you, like saying, "Oh yeah, we've won this league, we've won this school league, we've done this, we've done that," and then you just turn up and they're like,
"So he told us, he told us, didn't he, in a lesson after we'd been so it's literally like so you fill in what you think your side is worth. So like 5 stars, you're like you're an academy side, like you're really good players. 4-star was like, you're a decent club side. Like most of your players would play in like, Division 1 or like the Premiership of like with their club on the Saturday. And then like 3 would be like a little bit lower, and so on and so forth all the way down. And it's like 1-star was still like, moderately good at football. You're still decent, like you're a decent little side sort of thing.
Insane.
And it was like, so we should have been 1 or 2-star
better than us. And I know it's a massive stereotype, but they were genuinely all smoking at half time. These kids are probably like 16.
They were, yeah.
And then
they're meant to be 16. Yeah, they were every single one of them was having a fag.
Like a really awkward, like, didn't they put on food at the end? I've got that in my head that we ate somewhere after a match.
No, we went for we went to a pizza place afterwards, and they thought we had like because there was like 50 of us or 56 of us or something like that. So they had the tables arranged in like 2 rows of 20, which obviously 40 seats, not enough seats. So we went in, they put like L's on the end of each end of the tables and stuff. And it was really squashed and it was really awkward. And it was just like no one got to sit where they wanted to sit. And it was just, that was a horrible dining. Like no one was talking because every single one of all of our teams just got absolutely battered whilst being there.
Yeah.
It was awful.
But Spain the year before, I was sharing with, we've spoken about it before on the pod. It was the one that slapped the woman on the bum. And she pooed. I was sharing with him. I can't remember what I called him last time. I'm just going to say his name, his first name. I was sharing with Mike and Nick, our friend. Nick, we've both known Scott and I because we went to the same primary school and everything for like a long time.
Played football with him all our lives.
Yeah. And he's absolutely insane. We got there and got a text through from O2. And he's so hyper, Nick. He was wearing his like football socks, you know how slippy they are, on like a wooden platform. He literally got a text. He got so excited. He started running around and he slid, smashed his head against the like patio door.
Jesus.
And like literally it was just a text from O2. And then later on, like I can't remember which day this was, we'd got a little balcony. He was stood on the balcony and there were loads of kids, like obviously Spanish kids down by the pool. And he just started like, giving them the wanker sign and like telling them to come up to the room. Like they couldn't work out where the room was. I don't think.
They were trying to like count the floors and stuff. They were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But at night, because we were all in the same room, obviously we got 3 beds, but he'd just stand at the end of the bed and he was just telling stories as if you were like watching like a TV show or something. It was really strange.
So
me and
weird.
Mike were just looking at each other like some of it was funny and at some points we were just like dumbfounded as to what was going on. And then he started
what is happening?
Yeah, he started doing adverts in the middle of it at one point, like as if he was like genuinely advertising things. And the teacher came and knocked on the door and just went, "For fuck's sake, Nick, shut up! I can hear you downstairs."
I was in the room across. I was in the room across from John and Mike and Nick, and I could hear him in bed. And so there were 3 of us in a room, and we'd taken like this. We had this kid from one of the other year groups in our room because there was nowhere else for him to go. It was we were really nice to him, apart from Nick, who got him like into our room. We got like this goodie bag of like when we arrived of like an apple, like a bottle of water, like a banana, some like I don't know, like in like little Sudoku crossword book and like a couple of pens and stuff. I don't know why we got them, but we did from the hotel. And anyway, like Nick just like was like, "Oh, come and look at this, mate," like to this young kid. Got him out on the balcony, just locked him out there. Locked him out there, but didn't like the kid was like, "Oh, I'm really hungry, like I'm really thirsty." So Nick just like went to this little bag, like got the bottle of water and got him an apple, just handed him those outside. Like this kid was out there for like 3.5 hours, and the only reason he got let in was because the teachers came and were like, "Come on, you got to go to bed now." And like, just like this, so they were like, "What's he doing on the balcony?" "Oh, we're just messing around." Been there for 3.5 hours, like held against his will. It's horrible.
I've got a vision of him like actually rolling the apple to him along the floor.
It probably didn't happen. That's just your mind.
That's what happened in my memory.
So harsh.
Oh my God.
That was horrible.
That was
okay. That's not on here.
His name was Scott. Yeah, his name was Scott.
It does make it sound like it's you and you're trying to pretend it wasn't.
It wasn't me. Genuinely wasn't me. I wish that was me. That's a great story.
You did that. I think that happened a few weeks ago on here.
Yeah. But Mr. Michaels, like, do you remember Nick on the coach at like 4 a.m.
with the
like everyone was trying to sleep, and he just kept shouting Borat quotes at 4 a.m. And Mr. Michaels turned around at the front and was like, Nick, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to come there. I'm going to leave you at the next service stop.
He was
so angry.
To give context, we had to get a coach on both of these trips. So it was like 22, 23 hours,
27
like that.
27 hours down to Barcelona it took us.
And we got there, like it was morning by the time we got there. And literally it was like, I'll drop your bags off, guys. We're going down the beach for a run. We were just like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
like,
the Barcelona like beach, like the main beach of Barcelona is like, I swear it's like miles long.
Yeah.
I think it's like a mile long stretch. It's 3 miles long. So we just come 27 hours on a coach. Get your shorts on, get your t-shirt on, get your sports stuff on, get your boots on. We're going for a run on the beach. And we were all like, we just come off the coach, man. Like, give us 10 minutes. Like, no, we had to. He jogged us down to the beach and then was like, right, run the length of the beach, 3 miles, like 3 miles to the end and then 3 miles back. And you had to I think you had to sprint like the last 200 meters or something when you got to one of the other teachers. It was horrible.
What a nutter.
Oh,
absolutely.
Scott's dad would have been proud of that one. He used to be our fitness coach. Yeah.
to the fence and back.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
The coach trip back from Spain, Scott had a bit of a horrible experience with me sat next to him because I was being sick pretty much the whole way home. Pretty sure
you'd eaten something, hadn't you?
Yeah, I felt really bad though because the first time we'd stopped at the services and I went in and all the cubicles were full and it was just coming out and I just projectile vomited everywhere in this bathroom. And the janitor came out. Like, I felt so bad. Like I think could have been in Switzerland. Like we were in some country between.
Yeah, it was. We were in like a mountain passage, weren't we?
Yeah.
There were two mountains. It was incredible. Like the views and stuff were amazing. But yeah, all I can remember from those bathrooms is John.
Yeah,
vomiting everywhere. And then
the guy was so nice. The janitor, he was just he was like, I don't know what language he spoke, but he was just like, it's okay, I'll sort it. So that was nice. But
do you know your coach toilets that you have like where you have like one toilet?
Oh yeah.
And eventually over the course of the week, if you don't empty it, it fills up and you can't do anything. Well, that was the position we were in. We couldn't. It was like a full toilet. No one could use the coach toilet anymore.
Oh my god!
So John couldn't go to the toilet and throw up or use it for anything. So John had a massive. So all we had were big plastic carrier bags that would go in a school bin.
Oh my god!
So John had one of those that he was and it was clear, so you could see everything, and he was just spewing into it, and then just lying across on me, and I was like, "Get off me!
I think it was
get off me, you absolute tramp! Get off me!" It was just John just slept on me for 7 hours, waking up every 3 minutes just to be projectile into this bag.
I don't think I've ever felt more ill than that. It was,
I'm not good with sick.
I think I was sort of saying, "Can you leave me at the services?" And I'll just get someone to come and get me or something. I'd rather not be on. How long we got left? Just 15 hours back, mate. Oh, Christ!
Horrible
That's
experience.
Horrendous. That is horrible.
Yeah.
Well, lovely image to end on there.
Yeah. Oh, what one? If you want to end on a horrible image, we can do that. If you want.
Oh no.
No, I think we'll save the last one.
Do you think the last part of the story of what happened to the teacher is worth telling? Or
go on, tell it.
Go on, John. Go on.
It led to his demotion. Does that work?
Let's say he was head of PE and quickly was shifted to no longer teach PE.
Yeah, he became a maths teacher after that.
Yeah.
This was when we were in sixth form. It wasn't our year, I don't think, but apparently
it was right at the end, wasn't it?
It was towards the end of when we were there, and one of the he'd had a bad lesson with one of these year groups, and he could hear all the girls screaming from the changing rooms.
Oh God!
So he decided to go in to tell them to just shut up. That was it. That was a career ender. That was a career ender.
Yeah, never taught PE again after that moment.
Yeah, that's
they had like complaints, didn't they, and stuff like that. But he was head of PE at the time.
Yeah,
awful.
These are my changing rooms, kids.
Oh, it's so weird when you put it like that.
I'll go in. I want to go in.
That puts us like that.
How bad does that? I had to go in and tell him to be quiet, didn't I? That's
the only way I could.
Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming he's not there anymore. I don't think he is it? I don't know what
he's teaching.
I have no
idea.
idea.
He's retired.
He's probably not teaching.
I really miss the Rate My Teacher thing on Google, where you could just go and see what members of staff are working at like any school. I miss those. He would be on the staff list. We can check after the episode. It's quite a nice segue from Mr. Michael's creepy end to our story for this week, actually.
Ooh.
So shall I crack on?
Yes, please.
So this has been sent in from an anonymous source who starts off by saying it's quite a creepy member of staff that this happened to. They were also a maybe it's the same guy, but his name slightly different. But maybe he had to change his name. But Mr. Carter was a maths teacher, and the person who sent this in says that they think it happened when they were in year 9, but it might have been year 10. So last lesson of the day, 5th period on like a Wednesday afternoon. So last lesson of the day, everyone's knackered. So everyone used to say it was creepy. The word, a certain term by young children that began with P used to be shot around quite a lot.
Carter, is that what you're saying?
Pedo Carter, yeah, he used to be shot around. Now, Pedo Carter had a bit of a cupboard at the back of his classroom, which was just like your typical area where he had like a little desk in. We had like bookshelves with, kids' books, textbooks, whatever on as well. It's just a little bit of a storage cupboard, really. So at the start of the lesson, he went into it, into what they called Carter's lair. Now, and on top of Carter's lair, someone had actually sketched, kind of like scratched into the actual frame of the door that said, "Carter's lair, beware." into the door frame,
nice.
Which was still like it had been there since they started school and still remained there. So maybe it was Carter's. Maybe he was proud of that. Maybe he did it himself. That's all I'm saying. Now, Carter's lair, he used to go into every lesson at the start of the lesson to get textbooks out, which is what he did again. Now, one of the, I'd say, not well behaved lads in school. There was this wasn't top set maths, let's put it that way. And there were quite a few naughty kids in this classroom. Went and got the keys for Carter's lair from the front of the classroom and locked him into it. To which, this is literally like 3-4 minutes into the lesson. He's taken a register. He's gone to the back of the classroom. The whole class have left the room whilst he's like banging on the door. As they get out of the classroom, another lad, they're like the same lad who's got the key, who's locked Carter into his lair, has then locked his classroom door so no one can get into it. God. Thrown the keys down the stairs, so like no one knows where they are. Like people could have kicked them. Like they've gone. The whole class have just walked off school property and gone. The main gate was just open, and all of these 30 kids have just left through there. They've just left the property, no idea what's happened. Now the next day they come into the class, they come back in, they have maths first period the next morning. Now you can imagine going into that classroom. In the classroom door, absolutely fine. The door to Carter's lair, the window has been put through because they didn't have a key to it. It's just been smashed. There's just a big piece of cardboard over the top of where the window would have been. The door lock no longer turns, so he can't lock that door anymore, just so that it doesn't happen again. Like the whole class get an absolute like bollocking. Like Carter's in there, head of years in there, like deputy head teachers are in there going absolutely mental at this class. Not one of them get into trouble because they don't like to. It's a room full of 30 kids. Well, like, who do you do it? None of them are grassing on each other because it's like it's the naughty kids in the year. He has no idea who's done it. Awful. Imagine being in that situation. That would have been so funny to have watched.
That would have been amazing.
It makes me think of our old RE classrooms in the quad. That's what it makes me think of. Like with that little cupboard at the back. It's so bad.
Yeah, all the little old, little old cupboards and little old nooks and crannies in there.
So bad, so funny. Like I read this story earlier in the week and I was absolutely howling.
That's brilliant. That's really good. I got the double locks it. So no one knows in there.
I'd love to know.
Evil.
Like how long he was in there for in that night. Like someone gone to go like, Carter, are you okay? Sort of thing. Like just walked in and just seen him like banging on the glass. Like.
I wonder if he smash the glass or did they smash it to get him out?
Oh, I don't. Like again, no idea. It doesn't say in the story. The kids don't know.
I reckon he must have smashed it.
Yeah, in desperation, he was like, "I'm just not."
Depends.
But he wouldn't have been able to unlock the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So someone must have done it. I love the fact that they threw the keys. They didn't just like leave the keys in the classroom door. Wasn't enough just to put him in there. Wasn't enough to then lock the classroom door as well, but to have taken the keys and just thrown them.
Set the room on fire as well.
I thought
that would have been too far. Come on,
Jesus. We could have had a heart attack in there or something. Bloody hell.
So bad.
It couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's why he's put the window through.
It made me think of one of our teachers who fell down a manhole during parents' evening. Do you remember that, John?
I don't know. It rings a bell. I can't remember.
So I think we were in like year 8 or year 9, and so we used to have we had parents' evening. And everyone was in like the hall for parents' evening. So like one of our maths teachers. Why is it always maths teachers? But one of our maths teachers, so I was in second set in like year 7, 8, and 9, and she was like cleaning her windows. For whatever reason, probably someone had graffitied them on there. But there's outside of her room was like a manhole drain. But they'd been doing works on this manhole and not put the cover back over it. So she's wiping the thing, like not looking where she's going. She steps across. She falls down a manhole. I think she broke like her femur. And she broke like 3 ribs. Yeah, she was off school for she was out off work for like a year.
I don't really remember this.
I think because it wasn't your class.
No, maybe. Yeah.
And I remember going into school the next day, and we were like, "Where's Mrs. K? I'll call her." And they were like, "Oh yeah, she fell down a manhole last night." And we were like, "What?
That's insane."
What? But yeah, she properly falls down the manhole. She was trapped down there for like the whole of parents' evening. So people were parents were turning up to go and have their appointment with Mrs. K.
And she was sort of shout down the hole.
They were like, obviously people went to find out where she was, couldn't find her.
I thought the school
had to go back to her to find where she was.
How's Kelly doing? Yeah, she's doing all right. Yeah, is that ambulance on the way?
But they I think it was one of the members of site staff found her after 2.5 hours. I think she was down there. Oh, she came back to work and she was she used to be really strict and really she was a really good teacher, and she came back and she's just completely timid. She just lost this whole part of herself. It was
lost in the manhole.
Lost in the manhole. She's still down there to this day.
What's left?
So bad. The best part about it was the next day when we came in, the manhole cover had been sprayed orange with spray paint. Oh god, it was so bad. But yeah, absolutely hilarious.
Watch out for manholes is the advice.
Watch out for manholes this week, guys. Make sure you get yourself to M&S.
Yeah,
some delicious stuff.
And use code Scotty B to get 10% off.
20% off with the code Scotty B.
Use code Scott Foodie. It's cringe, isn't it? thank you for listening, everyone. Glad you've
thanks for that
stuck with us
story
so
as well.
far.
Good story.
Yeah, thank you for that story.
That was lovely.
Make sure you put your name on these stories that are that you're sending into the podcast. You can send them into tuckyourshirtinpod@gmail.com, or just message us on the Discord, message us on Instagram, wherever else you want to. Because we love reading these. These are genuinely the highlight of my week, reading through these. We've had some really good ones, and we want to keep sharing them with you. So please make sure you do. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you drop us a subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're with. Some reviews would be great as well.
Yeah, put some reviews on or drop some comments on the
especially bad ones,
Spotify. Yeah, bad ones actually. Bad press is good press.
Any press is good press. So yeah, please keep doing that. It allows us to keep bringing you the podcast, and we're just really excited to hear these stories. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Ciao.
Bye.